Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials on any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com.
Right. So basically, let me give you an overview of Terraform, what exactly the Terraform do, why it is so famous, why other tools is also there, but the people is only going for the Terraform, and Terraform, right? So, when we are talking about the automation, so when people say that they are going to create the infrastructure, so infrastructure gets is very large when people talk about the projects or when people about creating the different resources in any of the cloud provider. So if we are talking about Azure or we are talking about GCP or whether it is AWS, so Terraform is such a good tool that it can be integrated with any of the cloud provider, right? In the projects when we are going, they always ask us to automate the infrastructure. So when we always hear that there is a requirement of automating the infrastructure, only one term come in our mind, that is Terraform. So why Terraform? So the other best part of the Terraform is that it can be integrated with other DevOps tools also, like it can be integrated with Docker, it can be integrated with Kubernetes, Jenkins, and etc. Right. So you might have heard this three term also, what I have just said, right? Hari and Hari.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Continuous.
right. Yeah. Sure. How can I? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So yes. So infrastructure as a code is just a practice of the getting popular with the different clouds. So when we as Hari, you said, right, you already have some knowledge on AWS, right?
Mm. Yeah,
So there is something called cloud formation template in AWS,
yeah, 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 yeah.
which also do the same thing what this Terraform do, right?
Yeah.
But then also people working in AWS is not going for cloud formation. They all are going for Terraform. So the reason behind this is that Terraform can be integrated with many providers. So when
Yeah.
I say providers, what does it mean? I will come it later. So for now, we can just think like that Terraform, the providers are something like different tools. Okay. So now coming, so any doubt on this? What I have just said, like what is Terraform? Why we are using it? Then what, why it is good when we are talking about comparing to the other tools? Any doubt on that?
No.
All good. Yeah.
So let's move to the brief about what exactly the Terraform, from where it has started. So from the Terraform, when we are talking about, right, so Terraform is just a good tool for building and changing this infrastructure safely and efficiently. So when we are talking about safely and efficiently, what does it mean? So it means when we are creating any project, so sometimes in it happens like some resource might get created and some resource might not get created, right? Because we never know what is exactly happening at the back end when we are using any tool for creating the infrastructure, right? But Terraform is something the technology that Terraform follow is something like that. It never miss any resource creation. It always create whatever we define in the template, whatever we define in the script. On the basis of that, following that it always create every resources. And if there is something wrong with our code, there is something wrong with our concept or with our configuration with the script, Terraform always inform us to change it at a particular point of time.
Yeah.
Okay. So for now, so you can see, I think it can be minimized and it is better. Right. So for now, Terraform is officially supporting 130 provider. So when I say provider, it means one of the provider is something I said, right? We can consider it as a tool or service. Like it is supporting AWS is one of the provider. It is supporting Azure is another one of the provider, right?
Yeah.
Docker, Kubernetes, so all this whatever terms I'm saying, this is something called providers. Okay, with that Terraform can be integrated. So that means Terraform is officially supported 130 provider now. No other tool in the market is supporting that 130 provider till now, right? That's why Terraform is gradually, becoming so famous. And even Terraform, like the latest version of Terraform is 13.5, which we can see when we will try to install it. So it has started something from 6 or 5, I guess. So now we have reached to 13.5. And the best part is the Terraform is also, changing their way of creating the script. And it is making more easier and more easier for us to write the script so
Yeah.
that we don't feel any complexity. Okay. So let's move to the next part. Okay. So that was all about the introduction and the brief about the Terraform, what it is, what. So we all get aware, right? We all are aware, like what exactly the Terraform do and all. So now, so the next part we can move for the environment creation of the Terraform. So when I'm saying environment creation, what does it mean? It means that Terraform can be installed in two ways. Okay. One is you can install the Terraform in your local system, whether it's a Windows, it's a Linux, or any other system, and it can also be installed in any of the cloud provider. Okay, so I have only mentioned AWS because most of the project which Terraform, most of the project using Terraform are on AWS, right? So that's why. So now we are going to see both of the things. How we can install Terraform in local and in AWS. So let me quickly. Okay, I think Harish, right?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. So I'm not sure whether you are aware about the AWS
Yeah,
much
I'm
or
aware of this. I work on that only, on that project only.
okay. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so let me quickly sign out from here and let me quickly log in the other account. Sorry. So we are now logging on the AWS with an IAM credential. So how we are going to install the Terraform in AWS is like we are going to create a platform. So platform means we are going to create an server. Okay. So server might be a Windows one or might be a Linux one. So let me quickly go to the instance. So, Hari and Harish, so do you know about EC2, right?
Yeah, we are
Okay.
aware of that concept.
Oh, okay. Because I'm not sure because you all know about AWS or not. That's why I'm asking.
Sure, no problem.
So let me quickly launch an AWS server. So now we are good. Like we have launched the server. Now we can log into that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's in pending state. It will get few seconds to in the running state. Right. Right. So we are under the EC2 server. Okay. So let's quickly install the Terraform. So I already have the steps to install it. Let me quickly show you how we can. Right. So you can see we already SSH into the cloud server. Now we have to install zip unzip. Why? Because we would be needing it for unzipping the Terraform file. So let me quickly install this. Okay, it's done. Let me quickly get the Terraform file from the wget. Okay, I think we got that also. Let me unzip it quickly. But before unzipping it, let me quickly see whether I have that file or not. Yes, I have this Terraform file. Let me unzip it. Okay. Yeah, it has been unzipped. So you know, right? So whenever we have any executable file, so it should be placed in the bin directory.
Yeah.
So we have this Terraform executable file in Linux, so we have to move into the bin directory. So let me see whether I have or not. It's not here, so let me ls this bin directory path.
Hey viewers, trying to get into DevSecOps? Enroll for our DevSecOps certified professional programs and earn the certification that shows you are fit for these technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Yeah, Terraform is there. Okay, so let me run the Terraform version. So it is saying command not found. So do you know why it is saying command not found?
Which Terraform can you do? Is it
No. So in the Linux system, whenever we are trying to call any of the executable file, right? So at that time we have to either specify the path or we have to define such that it can be
environment variable?
called from every. Right. So for that we have to either set an environment variable or we can export it.
Export. Yeah.
Right. So we have to export the path. So what it will do, it will make that file callable from every place. So if we are doing Terraform-v, it should giving me the version. See, it is giving me the version Terraform 12.20. Right. So our installation is done. Okay. So
Yeah.
once you are done with the Terraform, what should be your first step? Okay. So when we are going for the Terraform creation of the script, there are few commands which you have to remember. That is very useful. So what are those commands? Let me show you. Okay, so can you see this 4 command?
Yeah.
So
Init
remember
plan
that,
exploration.
right? So remember that whenever we are creating the script, there are few commands which we have to uh, use at every point of time. It doesn't matter whether you are creating a small infrastructure, big infrastructure, or any infrastructure. Okay, so the first command which is there is the Terraform init. Okay, so just after the creation of the script, you have to use this command. It will initialize all the file. You have to run the Terraform plan to see all the changes what you are doing. You have to run the Terraform apply to make the deployment. You have to run the Terraform show that what exactly you have done. So I have quickly covered this. Now what we will do, we will create a small script and we will try to implement this command.
Sure.
That's not going well. That's why it's problem for this go-to meeting.
You'll be sharing all this. Can you share all this later or?
Yeah, I can share. That is not a problem. So you can
Sure.
take this for the reference, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So now we can see we are fresh. We don't have anything. So before creating anything, let's make a directory. So we will call it like this is our Terraform. Oh, Terraform test, right? So why we are creating directory? What is the reason behind it? So the reason behind the creating the directory is that whatever script we are going to create, we will keep inside that.
Yeah.
So we have moved to that directory. Now let me do ls. Is there anything? Nothing is there. Okay, fine. So you remember always. So there are few files which you have to always remember in the format of Terraform. So what are those? So when we are talking about the Terraform creation, Okay, so there are 3 files which you have to always create. What are that file? That is main.tf, variable.tf, output.tf. Okay, now what we will do, now we will create only one file, that is the main.tf. Okay, fine. So your question should be whether why we are using this tf syntax extension, sorry. So extension is only for the Terraform. Okay, so whenever we are running the Terraform command, so how the Terraform will identify which file it has to execute. So when we run the Terraform command, Terraform always used to check in the backend that like what is the file extension. So any file with the .tf extension, it will execute it. Okay,
Okay.
if any other file like if there is any txt file or any other file, it will ignore that file. Fine. So as we are in the AWS and we are trying to use this AWS environment, what we will do, we will try to first create an AWS resource. Okay, so now tell me which resource should I create?
You want to create a EC2 instance again, or
Right, so let's start with the EC2. No, I was just
yeah,
asking like which service we can create now.
which
So that's
service?
fine. Yeah, so let's start with the EC2 now. So you both, I think, have created the EC2, right?
Not through command line, but yeah, through the console.
Console.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right, right. Yes. So while creating the EC2, you know, there are few parameter which is important. That is the operating system, which we consider as the AMI, and other is the instance type. So these two is mandatory field, right?
yeah.
So now coming to this Terraform, how exactly we are going to write? Okay, so our first step would be we have to write resource. Okay, it says that we are going to create a resource. Okay, now the next thing would be you have to specify what kind of resource you want to create. So as you said, we are going to create the EC2 server. So what I have to specify? That we are going to create an AWS instance, which is known as the EC2 server. So if you go in the console, you will find this EC2 server is known as the instances, right?
Yeah.
As it belongs to AWS, that's why we are giving AWS. So remember that this part and this part is fixed. So when I say fixed, what does it mean? It means that whenever you want to create any EC2 server in AWS via Terraform, you have to specify this. You cannot change it at any cost. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next thing would be we have to give a random name. So let's say I am giving a web and you have to give a curly brace. So it says that our resource has been defined, and under this curly brace we are going to give the definition of the resource. Definition of the resource, when we are saying, what does it mean? It means that we are going to pass the parameters, whatever is required for creating this resource. Okay,
Yeah.
now coming to the first line again, sorry, yeah, coming to the first line again. So you must have seen, like, I have written resource, then I have written this AWS instance, then I have given some random name, right? What this random name is known as. So the first resource is fixed. The second part, which we are giving, is the resource name, and the third part which we are giving is the logical name. Okay.
Yeah.
So what this logical name, why we are using this logical name? We are using this logical name because whenever you are creating any resource in AWS, right? So the first part, so this part, I mean this web part, right? This is taken as the logical name so that Terraform can identify web is for which resource. So we can say like web, we have defined web. So what the Terraform can think, okay, so for the name web has been fixed for this AWS instance.
Hmm.
So any question till now?
Yeah, it's all good.
Harish?
No, sir.
Okay, that's fine. So okay, so let's go and define some parameters, whatever is required. Fine. So you can see one thing, that I have given two parameters, EMI and instance type. But I am saying that apart from this, I am not going to give anything else. But you might have seen while creating the AWS EC2 server, we have to go through 7 steps, right? So you know that this operating system and this instance type are the mandatory field. Okay, and apart from the other field are all optional.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we are just specifying only these two fields. So we can also give the other field also, but for now we are just giving two field. So but for that I have to copy the AMI ID. That AMI ID I need to use, and this thing I have to give as t2.micro. Okay, so we are good for now. So what we can do, we can quickly save this file, and we are done. So we have created a very small script for creating the EC2 server. Okay. So now when I have started this creating a script, I have shown you some steps, right?
Yeah.
So now we will try to apply this step one by one. So now we are done with our script. The first step would be this Terraform init. So what this init is doing, okay? So I know that we are creating AWS resource. But how the Terraform will know, right?
Correct.
Terraform does not know whether you are creating AWS resource, Azure resource, or Google resource. So in order to make Terraform understand, so that Terraform can download all the necessary file for executing that script for AWS, we have to initialize it. So we have to run this Terraform init. See, it is saying initializing the backend. What does it mean? It means at the backend, Terraform is checking, okay, which provider you are using. So in the beginning of the session, I've told you provider means AWS, provider can be Azure, provider can be Google, right?
Yeah.
So if I am going to cat our script here, we have not defined our provider, right? But still Terraform is able to identify how, but because Terraform in the backend used to check that which provider you are using. So it has checked, and you can see it has shown that provider version is 3.14. Okay, and it has downloaded all the necessary plugins needed for this AWS. So that's why Terraform init command is needed at the very beginning whenever you are ready with your script.
Hey viewers, Our Mastery in DevOps engineering program can help you to hone the skills necessary to succeed in high-level DevOps positions. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll now and earn certification that show you are keeping pace with today's technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Okay. So now what should be our next step? So now we have done our initialization. We are going to plan it. So we will say Terraform plan. We will enter. Right. So whenever you are running it, so you know in AWS we always used to work in different region, right? So we have to say US is 1, and US is 2. Okay. Now it's saying error configuring Terraform AWS provider. What does it mean? No valid credential sources found. So do you know what exactly this is meaning?
Needs need authentication to be
Right,
provided.
because this server from this EC2 server, we are trying to create the Terraform script and we are trying to create the infrastructure. But does this EC2 server has the permission to create any resource in AWS account? For that, what we have to do, we have to go in the AWS and we have to go to the, for the
IAM.
authentication purpose, we always use IAM, right? So let me quickly go to IAM. So you know there are two ways. There are two ways that we can provide this EC2 access. One is role, one is user. So for user, if we are using, then there is something called access key and secret key. I'm not sure whether you are aware of that. So there is something called access key and secret key which we have to use, which is a lengthy process. But if we are going via the role, what we have to do? We have to go here in the role section. We have to click on this create role. So we will get one option called AWS service. You have to select for whom you want to create this role. You will say EC2. Okay. And you will say next. Then it will ask you what permission you want to give to EC2. So we will say I want to give the admin access to EC2 server so that it can access everything in this AWS environment. So we are going for tax. Tax is an optional field. We can go for review. In the review section, it will ask for the role name. So we will say admin EC2 and we will create the role. Now we are done with our creating role, but till now it has not been there with the EC2. Why? Because if I'm going to do it again, it will fail. Right? So in order to use that role with the EC2, what we have to do, we have to go to the EC2 console. So remember that whenever you are working with the Terraform, credential setting is also an important part of it. Okay, so I'm not sure which server is our. So what we can do, we can see the launch time. What is the today's date? 8th. Okay, third one is our. So in order to attach that role with this EC2, so we have to EC2, we have to click on this action. We have to go security. We have to click on this modify IAM role. We have to click on this option. We can see admin EC2 is listing here. So we have to select it. We have to save it. Okay, fine. So let me run this again. Mhm. So it's taking much longer time than expectation. So it's saying that there is a bug in Terraform. That's why it is not cloning. So it seems to be that the version I have used, there is a bug in it. This is also not allowed.
ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಬಾಗ್ಲಾಕು ಹಾಳ್ಗೆ ಇಡ್ರಿ ಕಾಫಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ
So what I'm doing,
You're reinstalling.
right? I'm because the version I have used, that is saying that there is some bug in it and it has crashed.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to use the latest version. Okay, so it's saying 0.13.5. Let me again go to that directory and let me again init it. Okay, let me plan it. What is this one? Okay, so it has planned. You can see, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was some version issue.
What does plan do actually? Oh,
Right, I'm coming to that. So I think there was some version issue. That's why it was showing. That's fine. Yeah.
yeah.
So good question. What is this plan doing? So initializing, you got it right. That
Yeah.
initializing is for downloading all the plugins, whatever there is necessary. So when we are running the plan, so it will show you that exactly which resource you are going to create for your infrastructure in your cloud environment. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so you can see that the Terraform will perform the following action. It means the Terraform is going to do this action. So what this action is saying, so all this plus sign, right? So in Terraform there are few signs. So when you will be seeing the plus sign, it means that it is going to create a new resource. When you will see a minus sign in red, it means it is going to destroy that resource. It means delete that resource.
Okay.
And when you will get a tilde sign in yellow, okay, it means you will see, okay, that resource is going to update. So so let's do one thing. So you can see all of them are showing in green. What does it mean? It means that we are going to create this resource. What is saying? Plan one to add, nothing to change and nothing to destroy. So add always show with the plus green sign, change always show with the tilde yellow sign, and destroy always show with the minus red sign.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we are good. So we can see and we can review. So when we will run plan, sorry, at that time it is not going to create the resource. It will only show you for the reviewing purpose. So if we are doing now apply.
Hey viewers, are you looking for formal training on SRE practices? Take our SRE program. This course will teach you how to successfully implement site reliability engineering in the modern day 24/7 services. Kickstart your SRE training today. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
So here also it will ask you for an approval, last approval. Whether are you sure you want to create this resource? We will say yes, we are sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's saying the AMI ID, this does not exist. Okay, no problem. So let's go. So what this error is showing, what you got it?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Or the AMI ID which we actually picked up from console is not matching actually. Probably you have to go and change it.
Right. So I think I have mistakenly taken for the different environment. So what we have to do, we have to go the console again. I think we are using US East one, right? So let's take an ID from here. Launch the instance. So this is the thing actually. So whenever you want to launch any server, you have to go via this
Yeah.
ID. Oh, again there is something missing. One more thing, you might have seen that I am entering this region again and again, right?
Yeah.
It is asking for region again and again. So there is a way that we can stop this Linux server to ask me this region again and again. What is this way? You have to type AWS configure.
Okay.
Okay,
When you're running the command or
right. So AWS configure is something where you can set your default region. So we don't have any access key, so we can enter. We don't have any secret key, so we can enter. So see, it is
yeah.
asking for default region name. So we can say our default region name is US East 1. Enter, enter. So now again we are going to apply this Terraform. It is not taking from there. Okay. So that's fine. I will tell you what exactly we can do for that also. So it is saying yes to continue. We say yes. So it is saying it is creating, but we have to check in the console whether it's creating or not. Yes, it's creating. Right. So we have seen the init, and we know the purpose. We have seen the plan. We know the purpose. We have seen the apply. We know the purpose, right?
Yeah.
So once the resource is created, we are again ready with one more command, that is Terraform Show. So what it will show you, I will tell you. Okay, so it says apply complete, resource one added, zero change, zero destroyed. Okay, now I want to see that what exactly resource been created with what kind of load, what kind of instance type, and oh, I have copied something else. So let me quickly Terraform Show. So what this Terraform Show will do, it will show you the resource which you have just created, and it will show you with all the details. But when this resource was not created, so you can see all this field. What is written? Known after apply. What does it mean?
Uh,
It
it
means
was
that
changed.
okay, so it means that we don't know, even this Terraform don't know that what will be the ARN of this resource, what will be the IP address of this resource, what will be the CPU count, what will be the ID, what will be the IPv4 address, IPv6 address, right? So it
Yeah.
means Terraform also don't know, I also don't know, no one knows. So that means it is saying that it will be only known after once it is applied, right? Now to check all these things, what we can do, we can run this Terraform show. So once we are running this Terraform show, see, it will show you every details. So it is showing the ARN also, what is the resource ARN, it is showing region also, ID also, status also, type also, everything, right? So you got the Terraform show, what exactly it do.
Yeah.
So these are the 4 important commands which we have to always focus. That is Terraform Init, then the plan, then apply, then show. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the another thing is which we have to see is we have to do ls. Okay. So this main.tf file was there, but does this file is created by me? These 2 files? No, right?
No.
This has been created automatically. So what does this Terraform state file do? Any idea?
Terraform.
Uh,
It will track the. Oh, it's kind of a version history kind of a
yeah,
file, because next time when we are actually doing something, it'll compare with that file.
absolutely correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was saying like why the Terraform state file is necessary. So you have answered correctly. That Terraform state file is the file not for us. It's the file for the Terraform. Okay. So this file is not for us. We are not going to look into this file. Like we can look into this file, but the actual use of this file is for the Terraform reference, not for us reference. So whenever, let's say, for now we have created something EC2 server. So now let's say next time we are going to create an S3 bucket. So how this Terraform will know that what was the previous resource created and what is the current resource you are creating? Okay. So in order to keep a track of it, the Terraform always used to maintain a file, and that is known as the Terraform state file. Okay. So if we are going to do cat, or we can go inside that also. Let me do .tf state file. Okay. So we can see this file, right? Everything will be there. So output section is blank. These are the fixed form. This will show the version. This, so always remember there are few questions you might get sometimes either in the interview or when you are writing the exam, that does the Terraform state file show the version? So your answer should be yes, it always show the version. Does it show the output section? Your answer should be yes, it show the output section, it show the resource section, it shows every information whatever we have.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So what we have done, we have created a script, we have gone through the basic command which we always use with the Terraform, and we have also gone through the Terraform state file. Okay. So now let's say we don't want this resource anymore. So what you can do? So there is a command called Terraform Destroy, right? So what it will do, if you are entering it, oh, this problem I have to resolve. It is asking continuously for resolve. Right, now we can see that every resource, it is also showing like a plan, right? A preview kind of thing. So when you are running a destroy, right, it always show a preview and it will show you all the resource which is going to delete, and you can see everything is in red with a minus sign. So minus means it is going to subtract, and red shows the danger, that it is going to do some negative action, that is destroying. So all these things, this is going to change into the null. This is going to change into the null. What does it mean? It means that when it will destroy it, so there will be nothing left, right? So it is going to be null. So now what we can do, it is asking for our permission whether we want to destroy it. You have to say yes, we want to destroy it. So as soon as you are destroying it, you have to go to the console and see it's running now. You have to refresh it. It will see. It will show you the shutting down. It is destroying. So we have to wait till it destroy. It will hardly take 10-20 minutes more second.
I had a query. Yeah, let's finish this.
Yes. Yeah, tell me.
So this is like, how do we manage multiple scripts and other things? So when we're
Right.
issuing the command, right?
Mm-hmm.
Suppose we are catering to different teams, and different teams have different requests for automating their environments, the infrastructure,
Right.
and we have created one for EC2 and some other requests we do have in the system.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're issuing the command, right? So we need to issue the file name at the end, Terraform plan file name, or how does it work?
No. So you are correct. So when we are, when we are working for different environment, you can say, let's say we have got 3 environment: prod, pre-prod, and QA, something
Yeah.
like that, and we have got multiple resource. So there is some concept called module in Terraform that we will cover later, which is
Okay.
which is the actual you can say core concept of Terraform, because that concept every project follow. So whenever you
Okay.
are going to any project and they are asking to you to write any script, so they will definitely ask you to write a module. They will say, okay, please write a module for me on EC2, please write a module for me on S3 bucket, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. We'll wait
Yeah,
for that. Yeah.
yeah. So it says it is destroyed. Now we can again check our Terraform state file. So what does it containing now? So let me do ls. Terraform state file is there? Yes, it's there. So let me go Terraform state file. See, it's become so small. Why it becomes so small? Because our resource section is null. Because everything has been deleted. So there is no details left, right? And the above 5 line are same. But this resource section has got completely null, right? So this is how actually the Terraform get to know whether is there any resource with the Terraform created, or there is no resource with the Terraform, or if you are creating any resource, then what are the resource name and configuration. So the Terraform used to store everything in its state file. So if you are going to destroy anything, or if you're going to temper your state file, then the Terraform will start misbehaving with you. So it will either not run your script, or it will show something error. Okay, so this state
Sure.
file is very important. Fine. So so any query, Harish, from your side?
No, because
Okay, so
it's very new to me, so only I'm keep observing the set.
Yeah. It's quite new.
right,
Yeah.
right, right, quite. So
Like okay. Like, will you be sharing us this PPT, the worksheet, once this completed?
yes, 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 I can share everything, whatever you require, not an issue.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Because it's very new, so I'm in a silent mode.
Right, right,
Once
right.
I get in only, I can keep ask.
Yeah, yeah. So once you are practicing also, I think you will be needing those steps, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what could be the like for this thing? What could be the prerequisite for this to understand or this thing for this what they call it for this course?
Okay, so prerequisite will be, there is nothing like that. You would be requiring something to, like, either you can do it in your local, but if you want to create something, if you want to see, then you must have some cloud, cloud account. You must be having some cloud account, either AWS, Azure, or anything.
Okay. In local instance, how installing on our VM with
Yeah.
Linux operating system?
Let me show you that. In local it's quite easy. So if you are, let's say I want to install sorry, let's say you have the Windows machine, okay, and you
Okay.
want to install Terraform 13.5 in Windows. So you have to go. I think the website. Let me tell you the thing also. Let me come out of this file. Uh, Terraform-v. It will show you. Oh, it's not.
13.5.
Oh yeah, it's showing 13.5. Okay, so if we are going to this registry of Terraform official website, right? So here you can download at any operating system. It will give you Mac, it will give you Linux, it will give you Solaris, Windows. So for the Windows, you have to download this 64-bit file. So once you are downloading this 64-bit file, it will get downloaded and you have to move that executable file to your, let's say, you can see where I have kept it. So you can see this Terraform, right?
Yeah.
So I have kept in the C drive, and you have to set up a path. You know how to set up a path in environment variable in
Yeah.
Windows?
Yeah. 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 I'm
Yeah,
aware of that.
that you have to do. That's it. That's it. So once you are done with it, so you can you can write Terraform hyphen v. Happens mistake or what? Oh, I've not done a mistake.
TRRA4. Correct.
Right. So another thing, like if you want to code, right? If you want to code from your local, so I would recommend you to have this Visual Studio Code tool.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is very good. This is very good. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you want to do it from the from the AWS Linux server like we are doing it, you can have this kind of Linux box and you can do it.
Okay. Everything is written in a JSON format only, right?
Right. Everything in the Terraform written in JSON format. Everything.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I think let's wrap up for today, because if I am going to jump into another topic, right, it might make confusion. It might create confusion.
Okay.
So
I request you to kindly share me the topic details also and presentation and worksheet also so that I can have a look.
yes,
For
yes, yes.
we'll have some. We can at least have some glance before
Yeah,
coming to the
that's
next session.
Okay, that's fine then. That's fine. So okay. So I will share you. So can any one of you drop me a mail ID so that I can give it to you?
we'll
Sure, we'll put
share
it.
it uh, on the WhatsApp group.
Yes. Yeah. So I can share on the WhatsApp too.
I think you're there on WhatsApp. I'm not sure. We'll just share our email address there. You can send it when you get time.
But I don't have your WhatsApp number, right?
You're not part
If
of
you
that
don't
group?
mind, we will be able to
No,
share
I'm
your
I'm not there.
details.
I guess I'm not there.
Ah, okay. How do we send it to you?
Okay. So let me ping you my number. Oh, someone you have pinged, right? Whose
Me,
mail is this? Oh, Harish, your mail.
yeah,
Okay, let me give my email as well.
yeah. Is
Right.
that okay if you are with your contact details? We don't disturb you for anything.
That's
We
fine.
don't.
That's fine. Let me quickly go over.
Next session when you will be connecting?
Yeah, I was about to discuss the timing. So you are in Melbourne, Hari, right? So you are in
Yeah.
Australia time zone.
Hmm.
Okay. So I think.
Oh,
And
okay.
what about?
First, yeah. So how many hours of training is this, the whole session, sir?
No, it's actually depend, right? Like actually, if we look closely, so if we are doing 2 hours on a daily basis, like for 5 days consecutively, then I think we can finish it off.
Okay, yeah.
7 days maximum 7 days.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Okay, so this is your number. Let me quickly say it. It's 14137 right. Sahazi 9945 Okay, yeah, thank you. So I have saved both of your numbers so that I
So
can
thanks for that.
yeah. So let me quickly save the mail ID also, else I will forget. Yeah, I think we are good.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that's fine. I think we can discuss, right, the timings and all then.
That's the
I
thing.
am okay with any time, not an issue. Yeah, like Hari have to confirm this it.
Oh, you are
So
okay with any time?
Yeah, I'm okay with any time.
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
Hari was saying something.
Okay, so are you free in the mornings? Harish was free in the mornings. Mithilesh, are you free in the mornings or what's your availability?
Okay, in my morning you are talking about, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, then we can do one thing. We can keep the session from 11 is fine. 11 because I cannot be there in early morning. Oh, but
Oh,
it will be late for you, I guess.
11, 11 to what time?
11 to 12:30, let's say. 1.5 hour session we can keep. That's fine.
Okay.
What your time zone is what? It's
Oh, I am now, the time here is 5:30. Yeah, 5:20. I think it's 11:50, right there?
right.
Yeah.
5:20
Uh,
p.m.
PM. Yeah, correct, correct.
I think then that will work for you, right? From 5 to 6:30.
Yeah, should work. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And for you, Harish, it will be 11 to 12:30.
No problem for me. Anytime is okay, not an issue. I'll be in
Okay,
home only. Now work from home also.
okay. Yeah. Okay, that's
So
fine.
we do 11 to or 10 o'clock, whatever your wish, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
So according to availability, I can ping you, and I think we can have the session then.
yeah, okay. So tomorrow, tomorrow are we doing a session or no? If you're free.
No. We can do. I'm okay with that. Tomorrow we can do.
Okay. Tomorrow, what time you're free?
Tomorrow let's keep the 11. Let's keep 11. The same time
11
what
a.m.
we yeah discussed. Yeah.
10:30. 10:30 today we started. We'll keep at 10:30.
10:30. Okay, that's fine. Keep it 10:30. If there would be
10:30
an
to
10:30 to 12 or 12:30, and no.
okay. Sure. And tomorrow we'll discuss Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
Okay.
ping us. Yeah, and let us know. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll do it. Yeah.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Mithilesh.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Mitesh and
the
Harish.
host.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice talking to you.
Yeah,
Take care.
by what time we can expect the details, like what we requested for?
I will ping you now only. I will give you
Okay,
the text now. Yeah.
okay, and just give me the what all you are giving now, PPT.
Yeah,
and
I'm
worksheet.
making right the sheet what we have just discussed now, and then that PPT too.
And what all topics
Yeah, topic
we
to be
are able
covered.
to cover
Topic
also.
to be covered, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
And as we discussed, like here, after this completion of the course, like we'll practice and we are about to take the exam. So that purpose only I joined in. Okay, I really required the help from you.
Yeah, no worries. So I would suggest you can prepare an AWS account, okay, and
Yeah,
you can just start doing some resource creation if you are free and you have time. So so that you will be having the practice also from day to day activity, right? Whatever we are doing.
yeah, that's great.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.